Economic Odyssey, a journey through time. 1. A historical canvas. Global GDP shares over time. The depicted image offers a fascinating glimpse into the shifting tides of the global economy over centuries. It charts the percentage of world GDP attributed to key economies, namely India, China, the Middle East, the USA, Western Europe, and the Delhi Sultanate, British India. These visual insights provide a lens through which we can observe the ebb and flow of economic powerhouses across time, uncovering significant trends that have shaped our modern world. 2. India, a glorious past, an emerging resurgence. India's historical trajectory on the global economic stage has been nothing short of remarkable. For the majority of the period spanning 1 CE to 1800 CE, India held the mantle as the largest contributor to the world's GDP. During this time, it boasted an impressive share of over 30%, a testament to its sizable population and robust economy. However, as we journey through history, a notable transformation unfolds. India's share declined to around 20% in the 15th century, a trend that persisted until the 18th century. Several factors, including the rise of European colonialism and the weakening of India's manufacturing sector, played pivotal roles in this decline. Nonetheless, the 19th century marked a revival of India's economic prowess. By the early 20th century, its share had once again reached around 20%, propelled by growth in agriculture and the development of a burgeoning industrial sector. As we traverse the 20th century, we see a continual uptick in India's GDP contribution, with the current share standing at approximately 7%. India's economic resurgence underscores its adaptability and resilience. 3. China, the giant's awakening. China's journey through history echoes India's in several aspects. For much of the period between 1 CE and 1800 CE, China dominated the world stage, contributing a substantial 25% of global GDP. A robust economy and a massive population served as the bedrock of its dominance. Yet, as time unfolded, China's economic prominence witnessed a dip, with its share decreasing to roughly 15% in the 15th century. This descent persisted into the 19th century, as China grappled with similar challenges, including the incursion of European colonial powers and a decline in its manufacturing sector. In a compelling twist, China embarked on a resurgence in the late 19th century, propelling its share back to around 20% by the early 20th century. This resurgence was driven by the growth of agriculture and the emergence of a new industrial sector. Fast forward to the present, and China has ascended to the role of the world's largest economy, contributing approximately 18% of global GDP. This narrative underscores China's ability to adapt and reclaim its position as a global economic giant. 4. Middle East, from trade routes to oil reserves. The Middle East, a historical crossroads of trade routes and a source of valuable commodities like oil and spices, played a significant role in the global economy. From 1 CE to 1800 CE, the region maintained a notable 10% share of world GDP, a testament to its strategic importance and economic contributions. However, as history unfolded, the Middle East's economic share experienced a decline, falling to approximately 5% in the 15th century. This trend continued into the 19th century, as European colonialism and a decline in the region's manufacturing sector took their toll. Yet, the early 20th century marked a resurgence in the Middle East's economic fortunes. By the mid-20th century, its share had returned to around 10%, driven by the discovery of oil and the establishment of a thriving oil industry. Since the mid-20th century, the Middle East's GDP share has experienced fluctuations, stabilizing at approximately 8%. This journey highlights the region's adaptability and resource-driven economic growth. 5. USA, the American dream realized. In stark contrast to India and China's centuries-long economic dominance, the United States of America emerged as a global economic powerhouse in the late 19th century. Despite historically contributing a mere 5% of the world's GDP from 1 CE to 1800 CE, the USA's journey from relative obscurity to its current status as the world's second-largest economy, contributing about 25% of global GDP, is a testament to the American dream. The late 19th century marked the turning point when the USA's share of world GDP began to soar, fueled by the growth of agriculture and the emergence of a new industrial sector. This momentum carried into the 20th century, solidifying the nation's place on the world stage. 6. Western Europe, a legacy of economic influence. Western Europe's economic role throughout history has been one of enduring influence. From 1 CE to 1800 CE, the region consistently held a share of around 20% of the world's GDP, owing to its sizable population and strong economy. The late 19th century, however, brought about a shift, with Western Europe's share beginning to decline. By the early 20th century, this had dropped further due to various factors, including the rise of new economic powerhouses. Yet, Western Europe remained a formidable player in the global economy, with its resilience and ability to adapt to the modern economic landscape ensuring its continued influence. 7. Delhi Sultanate British India, a unique economic evolution. The Delhi Sultanate and British India occupy a distinctive chapter in economic history. From the 13th century to the 19th century, this region held a significant share of the world's GDP. This period marked its prominence in trade and commerce. However, the colonial era ushered in a decline as the influence of the British Empire expanded, reorienting the region's economy to serve the interests of the colonial power. While the economic share of the Delhi Sultanate British India has diminished over time, it is essential to acknowledge the historical significance of this region in the global economic landscape. The dynamic landscape of global economies. In the vast tapestry of global economies, the image before us reveals the dynamic nature of economic power. The rise, fall, and resurgence of these major economies are indicative of their adaptability and resilience. The historical journeys of India, China, the Middle East, the USA, Western Europe, and the Delhi Sultanate British India, marked by challenges and opportunities, are integral parts of our shared human history. As we ponder the future, it is crucial to recognize that the global economic landscape is ever-evolving. Understanding these historical transitions and the contributing factors provides valuable insights into our current economic reality and the potential scenarios that may shape our world in the years to come. The collective history of these economies is a testament to the enduring human spirit, capable of thriving in the face of change and uncertainty.